Hi, my name is Donna, and I am a Zhineng Qigong teacher and healer. And I'm also a registered nurse, a holistic nurse. And so it's always been my life that people come to me and talk about the different challenges they have, or else I hear about them. And so many people talk about the problems they have with their lower back, their hips, and their legs, anywhere from nerve pain to tingling, numbness, and ultimately a neuropathy where sometimes you can't feel your feet on the ground, you don't know where your feet are, and it makes balance a problem. So, for so many folks, I just see them suffering, and I just want to offer a few things that I know about that can really be of benefit if you practice them regularly. And so I would say I'm inviting you to watch this video and see what you can learn. Now, it is an educational video. It's not meant to diagnose or treat any kind of medical condition. And certainly you need to check out with your doctor before doing movement if that's a concern and if you want to make sure that it's okay to do some of these exercises. Otherwise, I just invite you to do what you can. Let your body be the guide. Don't do anything that pushes you beyond your limits. Just be very gentle with yourself, and you'll still get great benefit. So, for if you have challenges in, like I said, the abdominal area, hips, lower the legs, and feet, so then this is all comes from nerves that originate from the lumbar and sacral sections of the vertebrae. So I'm just going to highlight where those are. And right under your ribs, where they're attached to the vertebrae, under that's the thoracic vertebrae, and then you begin to count down your 5 lumbar vertebrae, and then you're going to get that flat part, which is the sacrum. So the thoracic vertebrae is a curvature this way, the lumbar tends to be a curvature this way, and then the sacrum just kind of rounds out like that. So, like I said, the nerves come off this at the level of the spine in these areas, and they go down and serve the entire everything below. So, if you have an issue in any of those areas, we want to make sure that you know kind of where it originates. So we're going to be spending some time opening the lower back, the sacrum, and the lumbar area. And yeah, you'll be surprised what can happen. So let me make sure I'm going to get everything that I want to touch. So, okay, so the most of the nerves serving the areas are from L1 to L5, and then the sacrum. I think I said that. Now, another important thing, not an anatomical point, but it's a energy point. It's called the Mingmen. So the Mingmen is opposite your navel. So your navel's here, opposite about here, and that's about between L2 and L3. Okay, so the Mingmen is more located in the back, but you use that umbilical cord, to umbilicus to actually help you find the target area. This point back here in the back, Mingmen, is a major energy point for regulating energy in the body entirely. It's where we get our vitality, our stamina, our endurance. It's also the area where, when we came into being, when we were conceived, and where we received the innate genetic material from our parents, and also the innate chi or energy from the parents. That's all in that area. So this area also includes the kidney area, and the kidneys are also associated with this whole entire Mingmen area. So what happens when you have challenges of any kind in the body that are due to constriction? when you have a constricted area in the body, it's due to an impeded energy flow. Now, sometimes an area is restricted and you can't get energy, kind of very much energy beyond that point. And sometimes you have, whoa, too much energy, like if you have an inflammatory condition and everything's all congested. Either way, we want to make sure that we are regulating and helping the flow of energy through the body, just like an electrical current. You don't want to have any areas that short out, right? And so what happens is when you have nerve pain, something is impinging on that. It could be up in the upper area or it could be lower. We don't know unless you've been diagnosed. So, so just to say that pain is telling you that there's something wrong, that there's some kind of energy constriction. That's the clue that you need to kind of open that area. When it goes to the numbness and tingling, and when you really don't have sensation, like in neuropathy, that means that really that nerve is no longer communicating to that part of your body, or at least very minimally. And so it's going to impede the nutrients that go to the area, the blood flow. It's going to impede your balance because you really don't know where your feet are. So all these things, I'm just kind of reviewing in case you are looking at something for your specific condition. So the Mingmen, like I said, is that fabulous energy center. We want to build that up. We want to increase the energy, increase that power, and it makes us stronger. It makes our eyes brighter, makes us have more vibrancy and vitality. So we want that. And we also, when we open up the bones, or when we open up the area, we also literally begin to open the bones. Now, people think that bones are just like kind of like dead tissue, but actually they're living. They have bone cells that actually tear down bone. If you need to take some bone, if you need to take some like calcium away from the bones, you need it for a baby, or you need it for your own to keep your blood calcium level proper, then it will do that. And it also will lay down bone. We have bone cells that do that actually help you to make, like say, your bones stronger. So if you have, like say, osteoporosis, and in your legs, if you walk, or if you have osteoporosis in general, if you walk, you're going to put stress on those heels as you walk, and it's going to tell your body to lay down more bone, and your bones will be stronger. So we want to remember that our bones are living, that nutrients and the electrolytes go in and out of them. And so we want to make sure that that energy flow is good. Did I get everything I wanted? So I think that's it for now. I might kind of catch up as we go along. So what I want to do is just begin to help you open up the energy in your body. And we're going to open it up in the spine, particularly that lower back and sacral areas. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to kind of wake up, it's a very fun exercise, and I'm going to pay attention and be very mindful of what you can and can't do depending on your mobility. You can do this sitting if that's if you need to do that. Just remain seated and just kind of adapt this for a seated position. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do an outer chi shower. We're just going to wake up the body a little bit. So we're going to start by tapping on the belly and moving up the chest and going over one shoulder and the other shoulder, and just do what you can. Then we're going to tap on the back of the shoulders. That area often carries a lot of tension, muscular tension. And then we're going to tap up the back of our head with our little tiny finger tapping. We're going to be gentle with our head and our face. Give us a little face lift. down the neck. And now we're going to tap under one arm and down that arm on the inside, up the arm on the outside, and then switch arms, down the inside, up the outside. And then we're going to tap the kidneys. And if you can't reach the kidneys because of whatever issues, you can just maybe just kind of tap like this and just kind of in your mind send that energy backwards to the kidneys. Or you can just do the back of your hand, whatever you can do. Now we're going to tap, and I'm going to go all the way down. If you're sitting, you just do, imagine you're going down your hips and then just pick up on your legs. So tapping down the back side, your legs, and then slowly coming up, tapping down the outside. And then slowly coming up, tapping down the front. And when we get down here, we're going to tap up inside of the leg. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just kind of close off this tapping with what I call the wet dog. And it just relieves excess tension and energy in the body. And it's just like a wet dog. You just shake all over. Feels better already. And now we're going to do a little gentle thing called the Qigong bounce. And this is just to really activate. Imagine yourself just beginning to activate the individual cells and actually the individual molecules in the body, get them to dancing because they're made of energy. And we're going to spread it to the cells and just expand out and go out to the body. So we're just going to softly bounce the knees. And if you're seated, just do what you can from the upper body. That's fine. And just a gentle shake. And this is one where you can imagine the top of your head is being pulled up by a string, like a marionette, and that your arms are relaxed and down like a puppet. And you could do this really for a long time, but let's just say if you could do this a minute a day, you would already feel energized just from this much. And you're already maybe beginning to feel a little warmer. That's the energy moving in the bodies. Okay, I'm going to sit down and we'll move on to the next activity. Let's look at an activity called rotating the spine. And we're going to take this. I'm going to turn this sunlight down a little bit. Okay, we're going to take this in step by step, so you really get the gist of it. Okay, so again, we're talking about this section from the belly button down, down into the coccyx area. We're going to be rotating this area. Okay, and everything else we want to kind of be still. So we're going to elongate our posture. We want to, again, imagine that imaginary string lifting you up. And then what we're going to do is to make your back straight. We're going to tuck the tummy in and watch how when I tuck this in here, that straightens the lower back and brings the tailbone forward. Okay? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is it's a forward and backward movement. So we're going to really make that tummy tuck in, go forward, pushing that back. And then again, when we come back this way, I'm trying to get my arms out of the way. It's kind of hard. When we come back this way, we're increasing the curvature and the tailbone is kind of lifted up. So let's see if you can see better if I take off my jacket. I got a little bit warm anyway. Okay, so I'll try to put my hands up here so you can see better. Now, if this is challenging for you, then just move a little bit. You can just make a little tiny movement. You're just opening up that back. You're opening up Mingmen, opening the spine. So and that movement is beginning to really not only work on the lower back, even though that's the area that is the area we're focusing on. When you're doing this, you're also affecting the spine above, and as well as down to the coccyx area. So, okay, and like I said, just go as your body allows you to do. And just enjoy it. Okay, the second step we're going to take in this process is we're going to, again, opening this area, we're going to open up the sides, okay? This whole area along here is called the belt of life. And so we really want to make sure that whole belt of life is open. So we're going to just shift the weight. And again, your body, your spine is straight, your head is up. You don't want your head hanging down. You're going to keep that nice erect posture. Weight on this sit bone. The other sit bone is lifted up. Come to center and then go to the other side. So one side, center, other side, center, side, to side, to side. And again, allowing this to be an isolated movement that is only moving in that area that we described, that band. And if you have any kind of painful sensation, then again, allow your body to guide you. You may not have moved these muscles for a while, and so you want to make sure that everything is moving easily. So just, you can make them small. It doesn't have to be a big movement. So many people are stuck in this area, I mean, really almost frozen. So a little movement is a great way to start. But when you can, you begin to increase it. And not all in one day. Okay, so that's A and B of the sequence. And now we're going to put it together and create what is really called rotate the spine. Okay, and this is where we're going to eventually be making a circle. But to start it, we're going to just integrate all those 4 points. So, I think you can see me. So we're going to push, when you come forward, you push the Mingmen forward and your belly comes out, and in the back, the tailbone lifts up. Remember that one? Forward and back, and this time your back push, your Mingmen pushes back, your belly tucks in. Now, if you're feeling this in your muscles, it's because you haven't used them for a while. That's okay. So that's the forward and backward, and then we're going to integrate with the side to side that we just did. So forward, Mingmen goes forward, belly comes, pooches out, and then to the left, to the back, to the right, forward, left, back, right, forward, back, left, right. And as you continue to do this, those points will smooth out and you'll begin to make a circle. Now, again, if you've been restricted in this area, this may be difficult to make large movements. So you can just make teeny, tiny movements. Now, I like to do this with some nice, relaxing, calming music. And if you will go on Google and search for calming music, meditation music, music for sleep, all of these will be wonderful for you to do. So as you go around your circle, notice feelings and sensations. Maybe some part of the circle is kind of rough and you just kind of skip over it. Maybe there's discomfort in some area. And again, if you do have discomfort, just go as much as you can, stretching, but not bringing to the point of pain. Okay. You can have a hurt so good kind of feeling, but we don't want you to be in pain. Because if you're truly in pain, you're going to what? You're going to contract your muscles and make it even more difficult. Okay, so that nice circle. And let me do a side view for that so you can see it. I'll try to get my arms out of the way. Now what we're going to do is come to the center, a still point, and we're going to reverse the direction. So this time we'll go forward to the right. How did I do it last time? Let's see. Yeah, forward to the right, to the back, to the left. Forward, right, back, to the left. Now, if you did it the opposite of me the first time, just reverse your directions. And again, notice what you are feeling and experiencing in your body. Maybe warmth, maybe you hear some bone crunching as you're moving the joints that you're not used to moving so much. And those are just like, any kind of a dry socket, you have to oil it. So by doing this exercise, face forward a bit, as we do this, we are also massaging the blood vessels. We're improving the circulation to the area. We are opening up the pelvis and the joints. We are opening up the spinal vertebrae, allowing for the passageway of the nerves to exit more freely. We are massaging the internal organs, bringing nutrients and blood supply. So many wonderful benefits from this very simple exercise. Okay, come to a still point. All right, so we have talked about the major, there is one more thing I want to do. Okay, so that was really the rotate spine. And now I'm going to teach you an activity called bending spine, and I'm going to do a modified version of this. Bending spine, if you do it the way it's designed to be done, is you do it standing. And it can be you have to kind of grow into it because you end up bending over all the way and going down to the ground. Of course, if you can't reach the ground, you go as far as you can. But we're going to make it easier than that because people who have issues in the lower back, I don't want to put any undue strain. Okay. So we're going to do this, and it's really just, if you imagine your spine like this with your head on top, we're going to curve the head down, the cervical vertebrae down, the thoracic vertebrae, the lumbar vertebrae, stretch that sacrum, and end up, really going as far as we can, comfortably, only till it hurts so good, and then we'll stop. So let me show you what this looks like. Bending spine modified. So we're just going to do, again, adjust your posture. You're not pushed forward like this, but you're kind of straightening that lower back. Your pelvis is slightly forward. You're lifting up, stretching and elongating the vertebrae so that you have more room for the nerves to go out. Okay? So, all righty. I'm going to begin with that stretch between heaven and earth. Head goes down, and we're going to begin to bend the vertebrae one by one in the cervical region, the neck, all the way down till you get to that bump, which is the beginning of the thoracic vertebrae. And as you bend, your thoracic vertebrae curve all the way down to the end of your ribs. And then you're going to push out the lumbar, sacrum, and bending over. You can allow your arms to drop at the side. And if you feel a comfortable stretch, stop when you feel it's too difficult or challenging. And when we come up, if you're concerned about your lower back, you can put your hands and curve up. Or if you feel strong enough, you can tuck your belly in, and by pushing that belly backwards, that increases the strength of your abdomen, allowing you to uncurl the vertebrae. Like I said, that is one is really great to do, opening up the entire spine, even in the neck region, and but do it very gently and do it to protect your back. Okay. All righty, so those are the things that I really wanted to cover, and I'm now going to do a little short sequence for you to, you can cue this video up and go to that place and just do the sequence. All right. Now, if I'd thought ahead, I would have put on a little calming music, but I forgot. So you can add that. Okay. You can put that on your own. And I'm going to do less talking with that so that you can just relax into it. And I'm going to start this practice with a relaxation activity, because the more we can relax in our body, the more we can stretch our vertebrae spine between heaven and earth, the more we're able to easily do the movements. Okay, so hands on your lap. Allow your breath to be slow and even, in and out, through the nose. shoulders to relax down. And as you continue to breathe, you notice your breath might be slowing down. And allow the breath to drop down, 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 deep into your belly. And while you are in your belly, breathing in the belly, allow the belly to rise like a balloon and then fall as you breathe out. So breathing in and breathing out. Gentle abdominal breathing. Breathing like a newborn baby breathes in the belly. Now feel your tummy going back, your tailbone being moved forward and pulled down, drawn down to earth, anchoring you in the earth, rooting you in the earth. And then imagine an inner string inside going up, straightening your body, lifting up from the crown of your head. Head touching sky, connecting with heaven above, and noticing that nice stretch, aligning between heaven and earth. And we'll begin. And you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If not, just gently keep them open. You want to watch me. So we're going to go forward, pushing Mingmen forward, belly forward, to the left, rotating to the back, around that circle, to the right, forward. And just keep that circle going. Opening the flow as much as possible, but also noting what your body wants to do. Opening up the gate of life. Imagine inside that circle around this band of your body, rotating around a ball. Allow the movement to be easy. Be gentle with yourself, knowing that you are increasing blood flow, energy flow, nutrients to the area. You're opening the pelvic bones, the ligaments, allowing for the nerves to flow through and down the legs more easily as the joints open. And don't be alarmed if you hear noises as you open up the joints. And sometime as you're going along, it just begins to happen. Maybe not yet for you, maybe it already has, where it feels like the movement is automatic. It's almost like the movement is doing itself and your body is following. And if it doesn't happen for you like that yet, trust me that it will. If you continue to practice about 5 minutes a day, And you can do 3 minutes at night before you sleep, 3 minutes in the morning. You can do it when you feel tense and you feel that part of your body locking up and freezing. And by the way, in Chinese medicine, the kidneys are the organs, well, some of the inner organs hold the emotions, and the kidneys are the seat of fear or flow. So when the kidneys are open, the water flows easily. And when they're frozen, it's like ice. So we want to melt the water, open the flow. And again, notice if your body feels any different as you rotate the spine than it did when you first began. We're going to come to a still point, centering, aligning between heaven and earth, and we're going to reverse directions. Front, right, back, left. And I do this practice with my eyes closed, and when you know it better, you can too. It just allows you to kind of surrender to the movement, not think so much. Oh my goodness, thinking so much can, wow, lock up a lot of energy. So allowing that circle to rotate, that gate of life, just imagine like a hula hoop around a ball, opening the spine, opening the abdominal space, massaging the inner organs, opening the pelvic joints and the entire pelvis. Chi flowing freely. Chi flowing freely. My chi is flowing so freely that I have to remember to keep my body on this little rolling stool. Ah, opening, opening, melting the ice. Allowing the water to flow and warm. Serving this area and the entire body with vitality. Stamina. Energy. Coming to the center, coming to a still point. And when we close a practice, we do it in a certain way. So in your hands, imagine you're holding a ball of energy. This energy that you have generated, we call it a chi ball. So lifting that chi ball up slowly, keeping your shoulders down and relaxed, allowing your arms to just kind of float up. And if you have trouble going hands overhead, go as far as you can. That's okay. It's all good. To move is to unfreeze, and that's what we want to do. Hands overhead, receiving energy from above, from pure source energy. And we're going to have our hands facing down and moving down as we pour chi down slowly from above, down, going in through the top of our heads, hand moving in front of your face, nourishing chi going through the inner space of your head, slowly, through your neck, chest, down to the diaphragm, into the lower abdomen, and then placing your hands over your navel. Ladies, right hand first, gentlemen, left hand first, and the other hand on top. Breathing slowly and rhythmically in the abdomen, gentle breathing, nourishing breathing, nourishing the chi in the body. And you can actually stay in this position for a long time, nourishing the chi. It's a fabulous thing to do before bedtime. Just receiving pure chi from the universe. When you're ready, relaxing your hands to your lap, gently opening your eyes, and then just moving your body any way it wants. I hope you found that delightful, and I hope you practice every day. You will see great benefit. Check it out if your doctor, if you need to, but do practice once you've got the go ahead. All right. Talk soon.